Hello YouTube, welcome back to another SB19 Story episode. This is episode 1. Episode 0 was, I really enjoyed it. It was a nice little introduction. We're moving to sound break now. Again, CashualChuck, 100% shout out to him for producing this series. Looks really good so far. But if you're new to my channel, I am from Australia, reacting to different music all over the world. Right now, we've been reacting to a lot of SB19, Morissette Amon as well. Developing my knowledge, I guess, within the Philippines music. So let's get right into it. Support the content. Okay.
Disclaimer, this video is only based on my personal research. I might miss some details and it's possible to have discrepancies, but I did my best to get as much accurate information as possible, so enjoy.
Let's go.
This is called Triple, a group of talented performers and comedians from Korea you've probably never heard of. They were formed back in 1994 when the word K-pop hasn't even been invented. In 2002, one of the members made the biggest mistake of his life, which will change the entire course of P-pop history.
Wow. See, I love this. This is like so dramatic. I said in that first episode, episode 0, it's like a Netflix series, like a documentary. Like, the quality is captivating. I love it. I love these type of series.
Do you remember this song? It all started with this man, Jong Song-han. When he left the trio in 2002 to become an entrepreneur, Cult Triple became Cult 2. Most of their fans definitely thought that Song-han's decision was a huge mistake because the remaining members started racking up different awards in the entertainment industry.
Oh wow.
If he only stuck around, he would have gotten those awards too. But this man's decision was final. He used all of his savings to build an event organizing company called SB19 Entertainment.
Okay.
Yep, I'm talking about Tatang Robin. Tatang noticed how passionate Filipino fans were during the rise of K-pop, so he wanted to organize K-pop concerts and events that promote Korean and Filipino culture. To make that happen, he needed entertainers, a group of young people that would be part of the package of their service as an event organizer. We are talking about people who can do dancing, singing, and even act as servants like waiting tables and assisting guests.
Wow.
So he held an audition and hundreds of young talents applied. 30 of them passed as trainees. They were then called Nara, which in Korean means country and is the national tree of the Philippines. They went to multiple events together, including the fan meeting event of the K-pop group called Off-Road.
I can find 내게 갈 때까지 Cause you're my lady 널 향한 driving
After numerous
That song's actually pretty catchy. I've learnt so far there's so many different groups in like the Asian countries. It's like there's so many out there, really. It's cool though.
events, Tatang Robin saw something special when it comes to Filipino talent. He realized that some of his trainees were far too talented to just end up as small-time performers. So he decided to launch the first P-pop boy group that underwent strict Korean-type training. Out of the 30 trainees, only few have made it.
Wow.
Jan Paulo Nace. He always wanted to be a performer. As a young dreamer, he joined several competitions as a soloist and also a member of the K-pop dance cover group called PHP. As a trainee, he was the guy who shows up early and leaves late despite juggling a full-time job as a data analyst to provide for his family.
Oh, wow.
He was the first one selected due to his undeniable diligence and leadership qualities. He is known to have critically acclaimed songwriting ability, a badass rapper, and was often dubbed as a genius, but he consistently denied it because he claimed to be just a hard worker. This made him the destined leader of the group. He debuted with the name se-eon, but later changed his name to Pablo.
Pablo, yeah.
Now that the methodical leader is chosen, they needed more members. Tatang Robin just got a genius composer in Pablo, so they
FL Studio.
needed someone who can dance, and this next guy is exactly that, and even more.
Oof.
Stelvester Ahero.
His first name, that's a fire first name, Stelvester. Yes. I love that. That's just a cool first name.
He was only 16 when he started competing as a dancer while studying. He was a born winner despite growing up as a bullied kid. He made performing his escape from the harsh reality of the world. He did a great job channeling the negative aspect of his life and converting it by winning multiple K-pop dance cover competitions with his group se-eon. He is also a hard worker. He was teaching dance to kids while competing. There was a point when he worked too hard that it threatened his life due to poor health.
Wow.
He is a very skilled choreographer. In fact, he's the main culprit behind most of SB19's snappy and amazingly synchronized dance routines. But little did they know that dancing wasn't even his only talent.
Nah.
He easily became the main heavenly voice of the
vocals.
group because his vocals were just
I'm still on your side.
You see why he's called the Heavenly Voice, definitely there. For sure.
out of this world. He
Amazing.
debuted as Stel, the main vocalist, the lead dancer, and choreographer of the group.
Josh. So let's learn about Josh a bit more here, just after an ad there.
Josh Cullen Santos became homeless at the age of 16 and it was his
Wow.
decision. He's had the worst childhood among the other members. From growing up in a toxic environment to being physically abused as a kid by their nanny. At an early age, he witnessed what it feels like to be a member
Wow.
of a middle-class family that went rock bottom in just a matter of months. He experienced getting evicted from apartments to smaller rooms. It came to a point when his family had nothing to eat but ketchup and salt. They had no permanent address. Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so they got bullied at school for being repeaters. Sometimes he would get into fistfights for defending her. Josh had enough of this, so he took matters into his own hands by leaving. He became independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant. Using his own income, he took the alternative learning system and was able to finish his high school degree. He clearly had no background in performing. Not until he met new friends from the dance community, which led to him meeting Stel and se-eon. They became co-members and went on to win numerous K-pop dance cover competitions all over Asia. They even met BTS during one of their
Wow.
winning runs in Korea. In a way, Josh was saved by Stel after trying so hard to save himself. And it paid off because after training, Josh ended up debuting as the lead rapper and dancer of the group.
You can see how much he's grown.
Justin
too.
DeJoss didn't have to audition.
Justin.
Apparently, he was a very good-looking guy that when he joined a talent workshop as a teenager, Show BT immediately took notice and offered him to become a trainee to improve his singing and dancing skills. He was one of the late joiners, and when he did, he immediately saw a familiar face in Josh.
You look familiar.
Apparently, the two had a stint in performing together in a K-pop dance cover group called Zero to Hero.
Hey, welcome to my world, let's do this. 이슈 제조기라 불러서 어디 가도 분위기가 higher. 비행기 밖은 너무 시끄러워.
So Justin as well wasn't new in the world of performing. He auditioned to be a part of the televised Pinoy boy band Superstar show, but he didn't even make it to the live auditions. Perhaps it was fate. He didn't have great singing skills at the time. It was only when he became a trainee that he improved astoundingly in the vocal department. He went on to finish his college degree in multimedia arts while training, which earned him a skill in filmmaking. He then got selected to debut as the main visual, the sub-vocalist, and the creative director of the group. He was the would-be director behind the record-breaking P-pop music video, What? And more. But that's a story for another video. At this point, SB19 seemed to have completed the group. 4 members in a P-pop group, a nice even number. 2 rappers and 2 vocalists. They were perfectly balanced, but they felt like something was missing. Perhaps someone was missing. Someone who could take this already great group of guys and push them to achieve the next level, the extraordinary level. Someone so naturally gifted that he could stand out in the presence of the already talented group of young artists. This venture that Tatang Robin took needed an apex, so he started the online auditions. When Josh heard about it, he was like, I know a guy. Philip John Suson is such a specimen. He was so naturally gifted that excelling in sports looked like a walk in the park for him. He grew up in the church under the care of his grandparents. He was an artistic kid, so he was active as an editorial cartoonist in school. Nobody taught him to play musical instruments. He taught himself by just listening to the music, so he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist, but he later fixed it as he learned more. He didn't even know that he could dance until he was forced to in order to get good grades during their school intrams. After discovering dance, he transformed from a guy who didn't know it to someone who can fly.
Wow.
Because of his raw talent, he ended up teaching dance to the entire school and continued on to form a K-pop dance cover group called Amigo 7. Apparently, his group gave Josh's group so much trouble during their early competitions because they were very good rivals. So he decided to recruit him. But Philip was hundreds of islands away and didn't have the money. What did Josh do? He shelled out for his plane ticket. With nothing else to lose, Philip went and left his previous life in the countryside. He then trained with the boys and officially debuted with them as Ken, the main dancer, the bass vocalist, and
Yeah, he really stood out early for me, or a couple performances I reckon, pretty sure that was that one. And yeah, that performance, I just love his deep voice, deep rap, yeah.
the lead rapper of the group. One thing to note is that they were an unlikely bunch because they wouldn't have met each other if Tatang Robin stayed with his already successful group in Korea. Justin failed his first audition, so he didn't even bother to audition again because he thought he wasn't ready. And Josh wouldn't have attempted to recruit Ken if SB19's training program didn't even exist. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect. When a small and seemingly insignificant occurrence has a rippling effect through time, leading to a consequential event sometime long after the initial event, or as Google would put it, a phenomenon whereby a minute localized change in a complex system can have a large effects elsewhere. Tatang Robin's so-called mistake back in 2002 led to forming the future P-pop Kings. In 2018, SB19 was formed. The name of the group was carefully picked. The number 19 is the sum of Korea and the Philippines area code digits 82 and 63.
At least I know what that is now. At least I know the significance of the number 19. Makes sense now.
So 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 19. SB doesn't only mean SB19. It is all about their ultimate goal for Pinoy sound to break into the music industry, which is fearlessly represented by this phrase.
Wow.
Soundbreak.
Alright, episode 2 coming soon. Well, I'll be reacting to it soon. Okay. At the end of another episode, again, incredibly well made. I love the style, as I said, top tier quality editing and documentary style series here. So this one was more, learning, as towards the end of this episode, actually the significance of the name and 19, the number. Yeah, okay. And a bit more introduction to the members, where they've come from. Yeah, really, really interesting. So be sure you stay subscribed to the channel to watch me react to the rest of this series. Hopefully you enjoy it. Yeah, my thoughts and opinions and just me finding out all of this as we move on to react to more of their music. But be sure to stay tuned for the latest uploads. We make these reactions every single day. I've been really enjoying doing them, so hopefully you enjoy them. I'll see you in the very next video.